our guests are actually following me, but I do need to do some shout-outs of gratitude to a plethora of folk, namely the LGBT Resource Center student staff, Mike, who is our social media person and probably recruited all of you to like us on Facebook, or I don't know, follow us on Twitter. I always get that wrong. And then we also need to, I also want to thank the former assistant director of the LGBT Resource Center, Warren Shear, for listening to the students' needs and bringing the guest that is honored to be here this evening, Davey Wavey. So I want to say Warren Shear, who's now the director of the Inclusive Excellence Center. Yay, Warren! Tonight would not be possible without all of the amazing volunteers. So I won't go through the list because you're all, well actually some of you are not in the room, but Jade rocked it at the table at the entry, so if you met Jade, you give her a big shout out later. I'm also thrilled, yeah, Jade's like waving, I don't know if she's single, but if she is, she's in the bathroom. And I also want to thank Joe, Nate, and Deepa. They will be your fabulous mic handlers for the question and answer portion of the show. And then, last but not least, the most important person bringing to the stage is our honorary student who posted the best first comment after we asked who had a favorite memory of Davey Wavey. And now that you all liked us on Facebook, you can find that comment, and you will know what Brandon Davis posted. Brandon is a political science major, network engineering, co-chair of Advocates for Choice, and most importantly, the vice president of Out in the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. So without further ado, let us bring Brandon Davis to the stage.
Davey Wavey is a YouTube personality with more than 80 million video views in more than 160 countries around the world, using his platform to spread a message of love, acceptance, and the occasional dick joke. Davey has become one of the leading online voices for the gay and lesbian community, famous for his authentic and some of Davey's 500 plus videos include swimming in $67,000 worth of lube, 250 balloons to remember the fallen, gay handkerchief code exposed, and coming out a game changer. A certified personal trainer, Davey believes that honoring your body is an extension of honoring your life, and has launched several fitness programs and videos, including Davey Wavey's Get Ripped workout, Davey Wavey's weight loss program, and underwear yoga. Beyond keeping fit and making YouTube videos, Davey travels the world for inspiration and adventure, visiting such destinations as Buenos Aires, Toronto, Sydney, Hawaii, London, and Bangkok, while writing a weekly travel column for gaytravel.com. So without further ado, you can follow him on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or his fitness blog, Davey Wavey.
Thank you. Hey guys.
Hey.
Okay, so 2 hours. That's the longest that I've talked to someone that drove. Is there anyone that drove longer than 2 hours? There's 2 groups of 2 hours. Was that it? Okay, gold star. Thought maybe there'd be 2.5 out there. So, when I start my videos, I usually like to start with some sort of hook. I like to do either like pop a titty out or do some sort of dick joke, thank you. But I was trying to think of a good way to start the presentation today, because we're trying to keep it classy. And I thought it'd be a great way to kind of lead off with one of my videos. And so originally, I was going to show the straight boy sexy underwear crisis. However, upon further review, I was thinking that it might be better to do the things not to ask a gay guy. Have any of you guys seen that video? Yeah. Alright, so we'll do that. Little last minute change of plans here. So for those of you who don't know what I do, and we'll skip the then I'm sorry. Skip by. Yeah. I think Mitt might have missed his demographic on this one.
Okay, you're right.
Okay.
I'm gay. As it turns out, I'm pretty openly and sometimes outwardly gay. And as such, I get a lot of questions from mostly straight people and sometimes gay people. And so I decided to make a video about the things that you should never, ever, ever ask a gay person. So let's get started. Here's question number 1. So like, are you in a relationship, bro? But like, who's the woman in your relationship? Hi, I like dick. And so does my boyfriend. As it turns out, we are both the men in our relationship. That's the whole point of being gay. There is no need to try to fit my relationship into your heteronormative box. That's right, I said, keep your heteronormative box away from me and my body, okay? Bro, I know you like guys, but like, are you attracted to me? Really? For some reason, some straight guys get uncomfortable around gay guys because they think that because a gay guy is attracted to men, he's automatically attracted to all men, including himself. So let's back the fuck up and rewind, because this question requires 2 points. So point number 1, just because you have a penis doesn't mean that I want it. Truth be told, disclaimer, I do have a soft spot, well, maybe a hard spot for straight guys, but that doesn't mean that I'm attracted to every single straight guy, in the same way that straight guys aren't attracted to every single woman. For guys in general, the ones that I'm attracted to are far and few between, and that's probably the case for everyone. I know, I think that everyone's beautiful, everyone's beautiful on the inside and out, but it doesn't mean I'm attracted to your ass. Point number 2, let's assume that I am attracted to you. So what? There's a difference between being attracted to someone and roofing their drink and committing rape. When did you decide to be gay? Okay, so this one gives me all sorts of fever. The question, when did you decide to be gay, implies that being gay is a choice, which of course it's not. I decided to be gay probably the same day that you decided to be straight, which is, it was, never. You don't decide to whom you're attracted. At the very most, it's an unconscious choice. I don't think that any of us would, at any point in our lives, decide to pursue a life that is paved with bigotry, prejudice, and discrimination. So, to answer your question, when did I decide that I was gay? I never decided it because it wasn't a choice. Thanks. But like, aren't you worried about AIDS? So when I came out, the first thing my mom said to me was, Mom was concerned you're going to get AIDS. The reality is that all sexually active people, or intravenous drug users, need to be concerned about AIDS. And all people need to take the proper precautions to minimize their risk. As a matter of fact, heterosexual transmission is the fastest growing mode of transmission in North America. And in the entire planet, it is the dominant mode of transmission. So in conclusion, all of us need to be concerned about AIDS, not just gay people, so stop asking them about it. Thank you. So, how do you know that you're gay if you've never slept with a woman? My response would be, how do you know that you don't like fucking cats if you've never slept with one? Having sex with someone to determine whether or not you're attracted to them. I could also ask, how do you know you're straight if you've never slept with someone of the same gender? It's the same thing. So I know this list isn't exhaustive. I want to know some of the ignorant things that people have asked you. So either make a video response, or leave your answer in the comments and we'll check it out. And a very special thank you to Facebook fan Dawson Jones, because it was his idea to create this video. And a thank you to the Facebook fans and Twitter friends for helping me come up with these questions. If you are not yet a Facebook fan of Davey Wavey, then you're a loser. If you ever want to have a cool friend in your life, then you better click this link. Okay? Peace motherfucking out. And you're not a loser. I love you. You're amazing. You're incredible. I didn't mean to call you a loser. I just really want you to be my Facebook fan. I'm sorry.
It's so weird watching those. Watching myself on there. So that's what I do. By a show of hands, who here has seen any of my YouTube videos before you saw this one? Almost everyone. Have you guys, did you see them just because you were coming tonight, or has anyone been like a true blog buddy? That's pretty good. Okay, so for those of you Thank you, by the way. For those of you who don't know what I do, it's that, and like Brandon said, my videos have been seen by something like 80 million people in 165 countries around the world. While that sounds all really fancy, I think most of you would be very disappointed to know that I am very much a basic bitch. And that 99% of the time, my life is totally mundane, and then that 1% is like punctuated with jumping out of a plane with a drag queen, or swimming in blue, swimming in $67,000 in blue. But by and large, life is very quiet for me in Rhode Island. But speaking of my videos, so here's a question for you. Of all the topics I've ever covered, what do you think, and this is a perfect segue for tonight, what do you think is the number1 topic, the one that gets like the most engagement, the most comments, the most video responses? What do you think it is? Coming out. That would be obvious, right? No, it's not. Yeah, let's lower the bar a little bit. Let's think a little bit dirtier. Wow. Sex. Masturbating neighbor. You're on the right track. Getting warmer. Anyone? Foreskin. Yeah, you didn't see that one coming, did you? So foreskin's #1, but coming out is definitely a close second. And for whatever reasons, gays, they love their coming out videos, their coming out stories. And I guess my question would be, why do you think that is? Why do you think that gay people love the coming out stories so much? Anyone? Inspiration? Yeah, it's huge, yeah. Anyone else?
Motivation.
I think it's one of those super emotional things that we can all immediately relate to when we see it, and it's one of those extraordinary but ordinary things that gay people do every day. And tomorrow, of course, is National Coming Out Day, and one of the things that I've kind of come to realize is that when you come out of the closet, it's not really something that you do just once. You know, you might come out to your mom once, and I'll share my coming out story in a little bit. But coming out is this ongoing process. And if you think about it, like when you walk down the street and you hold your boyfriend's hand, you're kind of coming out to all the people on the street. And so while, you know, the experience might start with you coming out to yourself, which is kind of the initial thing, realizing that you're gay, which, by the way, I kind of realized it in 6th grade. We didn't have, back then, shows like Will and Grace. We didn't have Davey Wavey on YouTube with the shirt off, prancing around. And so in 6th grade, I realized there were other gay people, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that's what I am. And even so, I was like, I'm still gonna marry a woman and like have a family, and I'm gonna live a lie. Not that it would really be fooling anyone, but this is like what I thought. And then, of course, like, you know, things developed, and then I came out to my mom, and so on and so forth. But I don't remember what the point of that was. But what I want to show you is a clip of me coming out to my grandmother. And some of you may have seen this clip. It was actually something that I filmed in New York, and it was for Life in a Day. Have any of you heard of Life in a Day? Yeah, okay, a few people. It was the YouTube documentary filmed by all you guys, by people all over the world, and it was edited and put together by like Ridley Scott and Kevin McDonald, who I guess are like directors. And they put it on YouTube, and it went all over the world, and it was this really cool show, and I was like, this really cool documentary, and I was thinking, like, what clip, they got 80,000 clips, so like, what clip could I possibly film that like could stand a chance of being included? And I was like, I should film myself coming out to my 89-year-old grandmother. So the backstory behind this is that I was scared shitless, like, and you only get one take. My other videos, you know, I can film it as many times as I want. When you come to your grandmother, like, you get one time, like, you get one chance, and you just, coming out is like throwing up, and you start to sweat, you can like feel it in your stomach, and I'm like laying on the couch with the camera going, I call my 89-year-old grandmother who has like Alzheimer's and dementia, like, she's not even gonna like know what being gay is, and I had this like script in my mind of exactly what I wanted to say to her, none of which I like started on my script as I was like talking to her. I'm like, so grandma,